Well, you are getting some serious bang for your buck here on stage 2, Reds Bar in Minehead for day 2 of the Players' Championship Finals. We've seen 2 matches already in this afternoon session. Both of them have gone the distance. Vincent van der Voort just coming through against Andy Bolton with a very impressive 13-darter and a last leg decider. Ryan Searle coming from 5-1 down to beat a man he'd never beaten before, surviving 4 match darts along the way. Yes, it was a bit of a capitulation from Ryan Joyce, but my word, Ryan Searle found something, just enough, it turns out, to book his place in the last 16. Right here, we have Michael Smith, the number 4 seed. A multiple major finalist and a guy who's won a couple of titles on the PDC circuit this year already, against Daryl Gurney, a former winner of this title, former Players' Champion, beat Michael van Gerwen in the final, the only man in the last 6 years to get match darts against MVG in this tournament. He got 1, he took it, that was that. 2 titles that he's won, major titles that is, for Super Chin. Also picked up the World Grand Prix, of course. Welcome along. So our viewers joining us on Facebook on the PDC, giving you a little taste of what we've got here on PDC TV this weekend. You can watch us for the rest of the day for just 99p or 1.99 if you're outside the UK or the Netherlands. And if you are a subscriber, you'll get 30 Players' Championship events next year, 12 Euro Tours, and priority tickets for all the big TV tournaments. You could be getting tickets right now for the Masters at the end of January. Although they do go on general sale on Monday, so you could beat the rush. Anyway, I'm Dan Dawson. Paul Nicholson, a former Players' Champion, is alongside me. This should be the game of the day on this stage, should it not?
It very much should be, based on what we've seen from these guys in their careers. I just get the feeling that at the minute, Bully Boy is in more winning form than, say, Daryl Gurney is.
60.
It's a very relaxed Michael Smith that we have right now. I spoke to him briefly yesterday. He's very bullish about his chances here this week.
60.
And he was very philosophical about what happened at the Grand Slam. He took it very well on the chin, and he's ready to move on to see where his next opportunity is.
Look, he was in the lead against Peter Wright in the semi-finals. It looked like another major final. He was right there within touching distance, and he played some superb darts. A brilliant win against Michael van Gerwen in the quarterfinals. He was visibly gutted. He's going to stay there, isn't he? Yeah, of course he is. Loves double 15, Michael Smith. Good start. He was visibly gutted to lose that game. Peter Wright played astonishingly to win 8 legs on the spin, averaging 115 and a bit in that spell.
Game shot
there
the
you have
first
it.
leg.
210 in 4 darts.
Second leg, Michael to
Marker laid down by Bully Boy. And this board has provided a lot of legs over the last couple of days. We've already mentioned the 265s that we've had in our coverage already today. But we haven't had any bagels here. That's why we're both hungry, Dan.
No, we haven't seen anybody done to nil.
96.
Not seen a convincing win so far today. But Michael Smith starting in a manner that suggests he could produce one against a guy, Daryl Gurney, who has not beaten Michael Smith in a ranking game of darts since February 2018. He's had a draw in the Premier League. He's had a couple of wins in the Premier League. But 5 of the last 8 meetings for Michael Smith, including all of their ranking ones, have been victories for the Bully Boy. So it's been a while since Super Chin
94
has tasted success against Michael Smith.
Maybe that's reflective of their seedings coming into this tournament.
99.
We've only just got the 5th seed through with Ryan Searle. Michael Smith is the 4th seed, whereas Daryl Gurney down at 29.
140.
So the form book says that Smith wins this match, but Gurney, who yesterday put up a really good fighting display against Alan Suter, write him off at your peril.
58.
Yeah, it was main stage action for Michael Smith yesterday. Beat Willie Borland by 6 legs to 3. Not a brilliant display. Double 18. Would have left tops.
58.
Chips away at it.
This is where you want the maximum to leave double four. But now that he's not going to do that, he looks over at the Michael Smith score.
Michael,
He
you
will fear the
require
worst of a
56.
2-0 deficit. Oh, hang on a minute.
36.
He did need that second dart.
Daryl, you
That
require
was an
48.
uncharacteristic slip from Michael Smith.
Yeah, shouldn't have been anywhere near that 8. Can he use that?
32.
He did have a little bother, didn't he, in the early
Michael, you
stages of the
require
game against
20.
Alan Suter yesterday. Doubles on the left-hand side of the board, and when he does use double 16, double 8
Game
so
shot
much,
the second
that
leg.
might be an
Michael
issue
Smith.
for Daryl Gurney, because it
Third leg,
certainly
Daryl
cost him a
to
leg
the
there.
first. Game on.
One person who could be sick of the sight of Michael Smith by the end of this session is the manager of Daryl Gurney, because he
140.
also manages Willie Borland, who Michael Smith took care of yesterday. Coincidentally, they both beat Scottish players by the same score
100.
on Friday, 6 legs to 3. But you're right about those misses for Gurney. He had real trouble on double 11, double 8, double 14, double 16.
180.
Well, if this is your first taste of Board 2 action here in Minehead this
134.
weekend, if you are joining us on Facebook, you might not have seen Daryl Gurney, or indeed any of these guys in action so far this weekend. This is the culmination of their efforts in the
135.
Players' Championship series of events, 30 events on the Pro Tour, right the way through the year. Michael Smith,
60.
4th
Daryl,
seed.
you require
Daryl Gurney
46.
down at number 29. But looking to get his first leg on the board in this one. Double 16 again. Gets
Game
it.
on the third leg. Daryl Gurney. Fourth
You
leg,
can
Michael
see that
Smith
it's on his
third.
mind as well, Dan, because of the reaction at the end of the last leg and the reaction there to the hit.
180.
The problem he faces, though, is that Michael Smith has a break in the bank. And he looks like the kind of player who's not going to let it slip. He's not going to have the kind of collapse that Ryan Joyce had
140.
in match number 2 of the day.
You wouldn't think so. He was in sparkling 180 hitting
39.
form at the Grand Slam of darts, particularly that quarter-final victory over Michael van Gogh, and hit 14 180s in that win over MVG. A rare big TV win for Michael Smith. In fact, his first
100.
ever in a ranked TV tournament. Significant moment for him. I hope he dwells on that rather
60.
than the game that followed, where he played brilliantly against Peter Wright and then just saw it ripped from his grasp.
I think with Bully Boy, it's a case of looking at situations and always looking at the glasses half full. Look at the way he
59.
played to put himself in the reckoning against Peter Wright. He was astonishing. He was terrific against Michael van Gerwen. And that is something he can cling to when he's in that situation
100.
again. And he is still, of course, the reigning defending Shanghai Darts Masters champion.
That's true. We haven't been back to Shanghai, but never mind.
On
that note, we should probably take some majors to China.
122.
I used to say it wouldn't happen. Bullseye.
Game
3-1,
from the fourth
Michael
leg.
Smith
Michael
taking
Smith.
control of this.
Fifth leg, Daryl to throw first. Game on.
I'm getting a lot of players blowing on their hands, Dan. But right there, we saw Michael Smith making this game look easy. And boy, does he do that
100.
when he's in full flow. He's so good to watch. Have you got a favourite Michael Smith game that you've ever watched?
134.
I mean, there's loads I could pick out. But as always, if you ask me to pick out something that I like, I will inevitably go to the European Tour. The finest tour of professional sport. PDC TV subscribers, you'll get to watch a dozen of those next year from all over Europe, including trips to Hungary and Prague,
125.
all sorts of stuff. But I would go back to him beating Michael van Gerwen twice in Euro Tour finals in consecutive years. One of them 6-2, where he had 3-ton plus checkouts.
140.
He was just hitting everything. Van Gerwen was playing brilliantly and could not stop him.
He had a performance in
57.
Graz,
Daryl,
I
you
think it was
require
3 years ago, where he
136.
didn't miss a double. That sticks in my mind.
Yeah, it's not just scoring. He can do everything. That's the thing. He only wants double 8 for a 136.
128.
Just misses inside, but No need to panic just yet.
2 Euro Tour winners, of course. Gurney, who won the German Darts Championship
140.
2.5 years ago, where he was not literally kicked in the head by Ricky Evans after the final, but he was given a bit of a philosophical kicking. But double 2 to kick back in this game. That's what he does. Really well done from the man choosing to wear green today. He's not like Michael Smith, who always wears the same coloured shirt. Gurney likes to change strip every day.
100.
Well, you would think that he would relish coming back to Minehead. We didn't play here, of course, last year. The Players' Championship finals. That was behind closed doors.
55.
In Coventry. We saw the UK Open not held here earlier on this year as well. So a return to Minehead.
55.
You would think it'd be welcome for Daryl Gurney, the scene of his notable victory against Michael van Gerwen to win the Players' Championship finals a few years back.
140.
We are coming to that time of year, Dan, where people may be thinking about things that may be nominated at the PDC Awards. Things like Performance of the Year.
180.
Have we seen it yet? But let's not forget what Johnny Clayton did to James Wade back at the Masters. That, for me, is the best performance of the year.
140.
Didn't miss a dart at double, or did he miss one?
90% on doubles.
There we go.
With a ton plus average and a huge comeback in it. Well, that, for me, is the best.
Well, Johnny Clayton's going to appear on that list a couple of times, isn't he? Because the Grand Prix final against Gerwyn Price was one of the best. I think you're going to struggle to find anything better than Peter Wright's semi-final victory against Michael van Gerwen in the World Match Play.
120.
But maybe we're going to see something here this weekend.
68.
Double 10. Beautiful stuff from Michael Smith, keeping calm and composed, with Daryl Gurney breathing down his neck on a 2-darter.
Last year, when we did play the Players' Championship finals in Coventry,
96.
which of course is the last ranking major won by MVG, the only big trophy that he can claim as his own,
96.
apart from the Nordic Darts Masters, of course. But that was where Daryl Gurney was defending the 100,000, and he had a big dip in the rankings after that tournament.
100.
Hasn't really recovered. But the good thing about Super Chin's chances over the next few weeks, of course, with this and the World Championship, and of course next season, is that nobody's talking about him. He can respond without the glare of the media thinking, oh, he's on our radar. He can do it under the radar.
96.
And maybe that's the best way that Michael Smith will win a big title.
Well, maybe. It's difficult, I think, you know, whenever
60.
Michael Smith appears anywhere close to a major final, then the narrative comes up again. Oh, it's his time. It's finally going to happen. And then if it doesn't, then it's, oh, well, he'll never do it because he hasn't got the wherewithal required. I don't believe it. I think for anybody writing off Michael Smith is doing so ridiculously prematurely. The man is playing consistently at an excellent level in all sorts of tournaments. And Daryl Gurney's finding it difficult to live with him. He doesn't need to stay on the treble 20 here. He didn't need
Michael
to.
Smith would have gone 54 there.
Exactly. Leaves you an awkward double, but you'll get more chance of getting a dart at a double.
60. Michael, you require 84.
He desperately wanted to try and leave double 16, didn't he? However, it's double 11.
62.
Smith just misses out. And Gurney is going to leave double 16 eventually.
Require 52.
Get back within one again. It could well be a 3-leg gap. To close it to that one, that's a perfectly pitched single.
Game shot on the
Great 52 checkout from the textbook to keep himself kicking in this one.
Well, he's averaging just shy of a ton here, Daryl Gurney. He's played well.
80.
But Michael Smith, he's just taken just one more chance than Gurney has. It's the only difference between them. He's been put under pressure in a lot of those legs that he's won, Michael Smith.
140.
When you see Bully Boy get that 4th treble 20, you hold your breath because you know for a fact it's under threat.
Well, he's right up there. In terms of being able to follow a dart, if his first dart is
60.
there, I'm not sure there's anybody better in the game at being able to follow it. That's one of the reasons he hits so many 180s.
93.
He almost does what Adrian Lewis used to do when he was in his full form. We saw a little bit of that yesterday against Kim Huybrecht on the main stage. But if you look at the side camera that we have
58.
here on board 2,
Michael, you require
Smith
88.
uses a lot of the dart and the stem as a grip. It's going to leave tops.
48.
I don't mind that route when Daryl's back on 290, but Michael's holding the back of the barrel and a lot of the stem, and when he releases the dart, it comes out really light. Very hard to explain, but
120.
it's a
Michael,
style
you
all
require
his own,
40.
and it works. Tops.
Games
In
on
for
the
5-3.
8 flag.
And
Michael
every time
Smith.
Daryl Gurney gets
9
close,
flag Daryl to
Smith
the
palms him
fifth.
off.
Game
Well,
on.
that one was a comfortable hold of throw for Michael Smith. And that will make him feel absolutely fantastic. One leg away, and Daryl Gurney cannot afford to have a leg like that again. There is no margin for error for Super Chin.
140.
Averaging about 101, Michael Smith right now. 4 180s and more than 60% on his doubles. You do that all the way through this weekend, and Michael Smith could well be
60.
a major champion for the first time in senior PDC darts.
It's a great thing to say, Dan, but you have to mention that if he does get through this, the person in his way
93.
is someone who he hates playing.
He does hate playing him. For a long, long while, he could not beat James Wade. He seems to have got that monkey off his back. Well, he's getting to the stage, it was a gorilla, wasn't it? It was that big a monkey.
59.
King Kong, more like.
Yeah. But I don't think Wade holds the fear for him that he once did.
126.
Nice use of the board from Michael Smith there. He's an excellent counter. You very, very rarely see him make any mathematical error.
Great visit from Gurney, well needed.
140.
Just fancy he
Michael,
might
you
have
require
needed an extra
142.
treble there.
51, 51? No. Surprises me.
86.
Maybe he should
Daryl,
have
you require
got it at the end.
102.
3 perfect darts needed. Treble here. Or bull.
62.
And he will now have to
Michael, you require
mismatch
56.
darts from Michael Smith if this is to be a longer contest. Double 10.
36. Daryl, you require
Well,
40.
the reaction of Smith there, almost retching at the thought of missing 10s like that. Is Gurney going to put salt in the wound by hitting it himself? It must be hit.
And it
Games
is.
on the 9th leg. Daryl Gurney.
Daryl Gurney is still
10
alive in this
Michael
contest.
Smith,
He has
fifth.
survived 2
Game
match
on.
darts. We've already seen Ryan Searle, the number 5 seed, survive 4 match darts before progressing to tonight's 3rd round.
100.
The number 4 seed, Michael Smith, will be desperate not to face any more darts for the match. Northern Ireland's number 1.
Everything's been close today, Dan, so far. Not just on this
41.
board, but on the main stage as well. Andy Bolton loses 6-5 to Van der Voort. Callan Ridds loses 6-5 to James Wade. Ryan Searle
91.
wins 6-5 against Ryan Joyce. Rob Cross 6-4 against Aspinall. This one's close, and Gary Anderson is currently 3-1 up against Ryan Meikle. For
100.
me, had the performance of the day yesterday.
Oh, astonishing game of darts between Ryan Meikle and Dirk van Duivenbode yesterday on this streaming board. If
85.
you didn't see it, well, tough. You snooze, you lose. Make sure you get a subscription. Watch in future.
95.
Daryl Gurney. He's not being left in Michael Smith dust. Might be now.
140.
Because the bully boy has left himself 2 darts away from the victory.
He must hit a 57 here to have any hope.
57.
And that could be
Michael, you
curtains.
require 85.
Smith, 6 darts from 85. It's inevitable. Double top.
75.
Yet again, he misses tops and 10s. That's 4 match darts now, Dan. And he's coming back for 5s. That's pretty much the only plus side.
Yeah, missing inside on that double 10 as well. I know he's got to be aggressive. He's got to go for it. But this could be awkward. Daryl Gurney leaves
10.
himself on 108. That is a makeable checkout. Double 2. Michael Smith is making an enormous mess of this.
108.
108 separate us from a third game going the distance. And he's not going to get a shot at double.
60. Michael, you
6
require
darts from
2.
208 and not getting a dart for the leg. Great guide.
No score.
And Michael Smith has now
Daryl, you
missed
require 48.
9 match darts. We are close to having to take our shoes and socks off here to count these.
Double 16.
Game
We're going
shot
all
for
the
10
way.
leg.
How does
Daryl
Michael
Gurney.
Smith respond now that Daryl Gurney is level? He can see the funny side of it, but inside he's going to be boiling,
Game on.
especially in the knowledge that Gurney's got the darts.
Daryl Gurney, I presume, is now favourite for this game. Michael Smith, he's right. You need to just laugh it off. Deal with it. You know, deal with the frustration. Deal with the anger at the end of this game because he needs a good leg of darts here.
There's some sort of witchcraft going on here
93.
on board number 2. Ryan Joyce 5-1 up. Gurney firmly the second best player in this match, but somehow has not been put to the sword.
100.
Well, I think Daryl considers himself a little bit unfortunate this year. He feels like he's played well and not got the results his performances have merited. So maybe he is due a bit of luck. And to get it at the
140.
showpiece event at the end of the Pro Tour, it might be fitting. But I don't think Michael Smith will see it that way. He's going to go ton 40 here. He always does this, Daryl Gurney. He did it earlier on in the match. He feels it's a
140.
negative move to look elsewhere on the board. But the thing is, you're in a last leg decider. You might only get a go at 166, and you can't finish it.
101.
Michael Smith's not making those mistakes.
No, he isn't. But the likelihood is that Gurney is getting 6 from 166.
94.
And that's a superb
Michael,
switch.
you require 167.
Can Smith find something magical at the end to finish the job? He doesn't get a 10th match
82.
start,
Daryl, you
but Gurney
require
might get his
72.
first.
Don't miss any big numbers. Don't bust it. He's staying on the 20s. Double 16. Oh, and he's just dragged it low and he moved over to the right of the ock. He didn't move back, and was that a factor?
Michael, you
It had to
require
be because the
85.
dart came short. He was throwing from about 7'11". The bull.
60.
He's now missed 10 match darts. And it's double
Daryl, you
9
require 18.
for Daryl Gurney because of that miss at double 16 low. And it's the green double in the 10 o'clock position to win 6-5.
Going straight at it. And going straight through to round 3. Daryl Gurney holds the pose, holds his nerve, and somehow picks up his first ranking win over Michael Smith for more than 3 years. It looked a lost cause, but Michael Smith threw 10 darts for the match and could not get it done. Our third game on stage 2 goes the distance, and it's more match darts survive. But the former winner of the Players' Championship Finals, Daryl Gurney, Northern Ireland's #1, is through to the last 16 and will take on James Wade for a place in the quarter-finals.